Wow, a very good afternoon. This is Sports Zone, whereby we are here to stipulate the business ideas, but that's all in the field of sports. And of course, today I have not worked alone. We are quite a big team. Yeah. And of course, let me take this chance to introduce my friends whom I'm working with. Yes.
Well, I'm glad to be here back again, and of course it is a Saturday, the 23rd of December 2023, and I'm guessing just a few days from now we're going to be wrapping up the year. And of course here in Sports Zone to give you what has been happening in the world of sport. But my name is Mercy Katsime, and really an honor to be here so that we close up the year very well.
Yes, big man at the last.
Yeah, and of course the usual suspect, Professor Noga. I'm already in Christmas mood.
Okay.
I wasn't ready to discuss sports. I thought we were going to discuss Christmas.
we could do that. We could do that as well.
Wow. Wow, kickstarting off the show, Mercy and Kefa, what made the headlines during the course of, rather during the course of this week?
Of course.
Like what made headline for you in particular, Mercy?
In sports,
yeah,
of course, in the sports. Well, of course, when we date back, and of course, me as I'm a supporter of Arsenal, I must say we are back onto the table, and we are really performing well. So I'm really, that made headlines for me in the world of sports, mostly for football.
Yeah.
And not to be segregative, but I mean. Yeah, the matches are always tight, but then we managed to take our position. But of course, news coming in yesterday, Manchester City yet again, we are scared. We are really on tension that this time round.
Yes, Kefa, what made the headlines?
Me as a person who follows local content.
Okay.
I would say the inter-university games.
The inter-university games.
Wow.
They really made that's my top headline for now in terms of sports, because there are a number of games that happened. There was soccer, there was basketball, there was rugby, and over 23 universities participated in the whole competition. And these are, I think, these are games that promote sport in our country.
Oh yeah.
So that was my biggest headline.
Wow. Yeah, and of course, I think our first story of the day, to me, what made the headline, it was the Gazelles getting a new coach.
Okay.
Yeah, the basketball team of the ladies getting a new coach. Yes, Kefa, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, Gazelles getting a new coach. We saw the former coach Alberto Antuna leaving.
Yeah, who left for Senegal.
Yeah, who left for Senegal. But then he really did a remarkable job at Afrobasket, and he worked hard, and of course he had support from some of the local coaches here in Uganda, like the UCU coach, who is the technical director for FUBA, Nick Akhereza, and he had a lot of support as well from the FUBA. So time will tell. Let's watch and see what the new coach really has to bring on table.
Yeah, and Mercy?
Well, of course, for the Gazelles, I must say, basketball really in Uganda, we're trying to improve much as our competitors are mostly in Rwanda, because for them basketball is like a whole, it's like a whole sector on itself. So
the mere fact that for them they really invested in it.
They really invested in it, and of course, with stadiums and all that. But of course, at least we managed to reach the quarterfinals. That is something that we have to really appreciate the Gazelles for actually doing that much, because basketball is different from netball. If you compare how active the basketballers and netballers have been, netball has been at the top notch. So we need more training for these ladies, because it is a new sport, not only for Ugandans, but as a general for women. So therefore, they need to train them how to dunk, be aggressive. That is why when it comes to pay, women are still complaining. They get little money compared to the men. So we need to do a lot of work.
Wow. Yeah. And to me in particular, the Gazelles, to me I think there is a little bit of the way we attract these players to come and play. A case in point, one of our best players during the tournament, which happened in Rwanda, we had Jenna Noto. She's a girl who was born in USA, and she was really attracted to come and play for Uganda. So to me I think that avenue of having like
and because they're from that side, they know most of the techniques, so they have really tried to teach our very own on how to do well the sport of basketball. I believe the new coach is going to bring very much impact. And maybe next year we could be among the final team that will be battling it out with the winner of this year, Nigeria. The Nigerians, they're also ferocious in sports, even entertainment as well, but in sports,
To me, I think that by the mere fact that in fact for him, he's a coach for Bosnia. In fact, he was a former coach for Bosnia. So to me, by him coming to us, and by the mere fact that he led Bosnia to the quarterfinals of the European Championship, to me, I think
the possibility
to me, I think he's the best person to handle for now. Yes, Kefa.
Yeah, since he has that kind of experience, probably he will do something better. And in terms of, I think also FUBA should also ensure on empowering the local league here, the national league here, then because that's where we normally get the stars from. In these other competitions where we see City Oilers, you see Falcons and so on. So I think they should much more empower the league, and then definitely we can be able to support the next people, the people to go into the national team.
Wow. Well, leaving that aside, we had the cricket cranes beating Kenya of late this week.
I really love the fact that, I don't know, I feel I'm going to love the sport of cricket. Why? Because we're getting very many wins. So definitely I think I'll be rooting for, we qualified for the T20.
The T20 World Cup.
The World Cup. So imagine the very first time in the history of Uganda, we're going to be representing. So imagine that. We're also in the African Championships.
We won
the African Championships.
Beating Kenya.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited. But then I like the fact that they came in and actually awarded some amount of money for the winners. They realized, they recognized the hard work they did, and that is what we want. We want for every stage in sport, they have to reward them so that they get morale. They get morale. They be like, oh, maybe we reached the quarterfinals, they paid us like 100 million, then it could get morale boost, with cash. So I feel like cricket is the one sport in Uganda that has gotten us props away from athletics and what. But
besides netball and athletics, I think cricket comes in next. For us to be represented at the world level. Yes,
and I think the Cricket Federation has really done something good to promote the game, especially in a country like Uganda. Africa, they have done something good, and fortunately is that the Cricket Federation, the World International Federation, gives support to the local federation. So they have enough. They have some kind of support, and also the cricket community here in Uganda. People who are involved in cricket, they are really passionate about the game, and they have supported them.
But Mercy, I would really get interested, like me asking that. How do you think that by us qualifying for the World Cup T20, do you think the government will at least give some emphasis to cricket?
The cricket. Well, of course, this is a good opener because we have now qualified. That means there is a lot of potential. So I would be really disappointed if they really don't take much focus on cricket now. The fact this is a very, very good initiative. Not even football has done this. So this has to be an eye opener for the sports.
Rather for the cricket fraternity.
Cricket fraternity, and of course the entity that is responsible for sports in Uganda. So there's a lot of investment, and of course in different schools a lot has to be done for kids to be at a level where they're with seniors. So many schools are coming up with a cricket. That is why we have the mixture of co-curricular and of course learning at the same time. So imagine these kids are doing cricket, under 18, under 13, so definitely there is a lot of potential in cricket so far. So we don't know, we are anticipating for next year how this is going to be. Since we've won the African Champions, we're going to be representing Africa.
And also the ladies are going to...
Yeah, the ladies are also doing tremendously. So definitely the focus should be on cricket. Not only on cricket, but also, but for now, for now, let they have equipment, let them be trained enough, so that by the time we go for those championships, we are really ready to go and we could bring the cup to Africa.
Maybe bringing the cup to Africa, because recently we saw the cup, the World Cup, they were taking it around. So let's hope the cup will not come in that same similar way. We hope that this time round we're going to win it, not just for touring and taking it to the head of state to see and admire. Wow.
By the way, to me, at one time, I think we did hosted the assistant captain. That was Kenneth.
Kenneth.
So now Kenneth was saying that the all cricket players who go and play, or like the moment you go and participate, you automatically you qualify to be given a contract. So to me, I do appreciate the government that whoever goes and represents the country, but in particular cricket, you're given a contract. Unless netball and other sister associations, where I'm not so sure, but for the case of cricket, you go, you're given a contract. For the case of other payments, I think according to the way he's stipulated, the payment is very okay.
Very okay. But that's good. That is good actually, because if the payment is okay, there is a lot of morale. You have zeal to go and play, because at the end of the day, you're going to get a bottle of water, you're going to have enough food, there is enough equipment in the gym to work out, there is enough dressing. So definitely, if it's okay, then that is why we are winning it. That is why we are performing.
I also used to play cricket.
Okay. What sport haven't you played?
When I was old, but now when I became younger, I stopped playing cricket.
When you were old?
I played cricket.
In your other life?
Okay. Then what happened?
Then,
he became busy with,
when have you ever tried rolling that
it's
ball?
Called bowling.
So sometime we're playing and someone hit me with a ball and I fainted. So last day.
You were in coma?
I went to coma for all those days.
So what you mean, first aid wasn't there?
No, first aid was not sufficient enough. I can't.
He blacked out. He blacked out. You couldn't.
But I'm going to come back in part 2. I'm sure you'll be discussing about me soon.
Oh yeah, very soon you're going
By the way, it is very fine because our current captain of Cranes, I think the guy is aged 46 years.
Yeah. The captain?
Yeah, the current captain of Cranes.
That's old.
Wow, leaving cricket aside, we do have the Uganda Boxing Federation introducing the belts ahead of the championship.
Wow.
Yeah.
So much can be talked about the Uganda Boxing Federation, I must say. The current president, Muhanji, has been done something tremendous.
That man, to get where he is now, his title, his position, he has really worked for it. I remember young, and we used to hear Muhanji. He's now leading this.
However much there's also been a lot of criticism.
Oh yeah, and boxing has not been given priority, by the way.
Somehow it has
sidelined.
It has been sidelined. But there are also some infights between him and the Fed and National Council, and then he was also promoting the idea of taking boxing into schools. And which
will schools be able to allow, because they feel like it's a rough game, like kids are going to be punching each other now.
They feel it's a rough game, and it depends on everyone's opinion, but some people had valid reasons why they were not supporting the idea. They would say that this creates violence in schools, but you've seen that boxing is a game that has really attracted people from the ghetto. It's people from the ghetto, and now they're using it to an advantage, not to
improve their lives.
To improve their lives, and not to
hurt other people.
But to channel the anger,
it's a sport that really
it's an anger management.
Therapy. True. So boxing has been something which has, I would say, I would commend what the current president has done. Mohanji has really done a very good job. You could see that the number of teenagers, the number of youth regarding their ages and so on, and they've been actively participating into the game. So I would say it's a game that could really be. By the time that we hosted the president for the International Boxing Federation came here to Uganda, and actually he came to Uganda and
for his second.
For the second time. He came to Uganda for the second time and even supported another group of young people who are not even involved in boxing. Someone coming and then he's attracted by another group of people who are done. It's an orphanage, something like that.
It's an orphanage.
In fact, that guy did invested $5 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money when you convert it to Canadian. But I like the fact that they're introducing belts. You know what it means to have a belt? You know you're the champion. What do you call it? You fight for the belt. I don't know what they've been fighting for now. What hours have they been having other than belts?
In fact, according to the report, President was saying that each belt costs $1,000.
$1,000
each belt.
That's like 3 million. That's like 3 million. But
I can see Mozambique, one of the
champions
over there.
Well, according to me, I also think that away from these other sports which are being given priority, that is the football, netball, and other games which are in the camera, I think at least we've been really presented well at
boxing.
No, I think I should say at an international scene. So that, in fact, by the mere fact that in these the previous games or competitions, that is in the Olympics, African-based championships, I think, according to me, we've at least gained some respect.
Recognition.
Yeah. I think, to me, we've really gained some, should I say, at least a person can mention about Uganda
as part of the countries that are
as
fully
part of the
involved.
countries which are really
now that we started from Olympics, athletics, and of course now we're now in cricket, so we're also going to be known for that sport. If we perfect football, we're also going to be known for netball. We are known for netball. Just that we're not able to qualify.
We are known to
Africa netball. I think we are the first. In fact, we are the first.
Hear that, imagine that.
Then worldwide, we are the 50th.
So there's a great work being done in the sports sector.
Great improvement because now kids feel like I can do sport and get money out of it. So definitely that is one of the things that we should embrace for you to improve your life. Of course, now the belts were unveiled by the president of the Uganda Boxing Federation, that is Moses Muhanji, at the Copa Chimney restaurant in Lugogo. And of course, these belts were costed $1,000 US dollars. Yeah, that is approximate to 3 million when you convert it to 3.6
million.
Wow.
You can imagine.
Only them, their initiative, only them. I love it. Hoping that they use the money that the international president, vice president.
Can I sell it if I get one? I want to sell it.
No.
I think it's gonna be when you get a belt, someone comes in. You know, like how they do wrestling. You come and fight for that same belt. I think that's how it's going to be.
By the time we see Messi selling these shirts, then what of the Ugandans?
No, with time, people have sold their medals. The athletes have sold their medals. Yes, they have many, but I don't think.
But I think, according to me, in the field of boxing, I think it is different. Because now, for example,
these are for amateurs. These are for amateurs, really.
Yeah.
These are for
for example, I'm fighting you. So when I win against you, you have to give me all your belts.
Oh, that's the trick. Oh.
You get. So it means when I fight against Mercy and Mercy wins, wins
for every match, I get the belts for. Oh, that's nice.
But also depending on what is written in the agreement.
You don't have to take it personally, yo.
Yeah,
it's not yours.
Okay.
Well, of course, still in this report, Mohanji was actually very pleased to announce the growth, and of course reflects in the number of those that attended in the season 1, and of course the time they thought they had the venue that could accommodate the number of people to attend the boxing this year. They are confident that Uma Showgrounds is a better choice for them to have these matches. By the way, actually, if you're to gauge sport boxing, when you compare it to wrestling, those two, people love violent games. Violent. If you see wrestling, let's give an example. Wrestling attracts lots of people. It's like a full stadium. People are watching wrestling, and you're like, what is so good about it? But people want to see people in pain. It's good to see people in a scuffle.
and I like the fact that boxing in Uganda has really attracted a number of people from different sectors. Every time there is a match, we see artists come and sing. We've seen Zex Bilanji. We've seen John
Some
Black.
people placing
John
bets.
Black, who is actually a manager of one of the champions. We've seen, John Black is a manager to, I think, Muzame, one of the champions, actually the boxing champion.
So it means even the music industry is
they are much more involved. They are much more involved, and we've seen
people placing bets.
Chameleon has already
People
been
have
there.
their own players
Performing. And even other people from different kind of that's why I'm saying Mohanji has really done a very perfect job, because he has tried to involve people to come and watch the game, and I'm sure at the gate collections they really make sense.
Yeah, because now I think he shifted it from a violent sport people knew for being violent to now a professional and really disciplined sport. So when there is discipline and there is regulation and order, trust me, it's a sport somewhere would be like, you know what, let me go and see people scuffle. As long as there is no death point where someone just die. There is no death ring. We are okay. We are good.
By the way, to me, according to me, I think it was around 2011. I think that's when that sport started gaining.
Yeah, we have yes.
I think. Do you remember that time of Golola?
The Golola time. I think that is when people knew the sport.
Boxing everywhere.
No, he made us love the sport.
Has really done a good job.
He really made us the sport with his comedy.
Yeah, so you would really feel the vibe in the game. In fact, according to me, I think Golola has earned more. The guy has really earned more from that sport, because apparently I think is I think the ambassador.
Yeah, he's been an ambassador of different
Uganda. Is it tourism body? I think.
Oh yeah, tourism. You know, of course, when you start like that, you get many endorsement deals. I think for boxing, not so much these days. I don't think he's into much more boxing. He's into other investments and all that. But of course, everyone has a ground where they break through. For him, Gola was boxing.
Kickboxing. According to me, I think boxing should be given a priority also. In fact, by the mere fact that we've gotten elites from that sport, Golola being everywhere, being on billboards, being hired. So to me, I think boxing should be given a little bit of priority.
And we've had exports as well. We've had big people. We've had people go and compete also in international games regarding boxing. We've had the Uma, Kasimo Uma. We've had Nyakana, who have really been key figures in boxing here in Uganda. And
Mohanji himself, of course.
Mohanji did, but though he didn't.
Not that much.
He didn't. He's very passionate about the game, but he wasn't. We can't say that he wasn't. He was an icon as such. Though for Golola, we can say that for kickboxing, he has really been the main picture for kickboxing. He has done a very good job through his comedy, definitely. He over-exaggerates and does more of those sarcastic comments, and has really been something that has promoted the game in terms of kickboxing.
Wow, leaving boxing alone, to me, I think before we go for the break, we have one of our own, one of the footballers. For the first of the kind, we've gotten a female player owning a brand. I think we shall discuss that just after the break. My name is Trevor. This is Sports Zone.